Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated TC. We are here for event number 8 of the season in America at the Great Watkins Glen racetrack. Hope you're all excited for this one. It should be another interesting installment into what has already been a very interesting season as up to this point. We have seen plenty of drivers battle it out and take victories over the course of the races we've seen so far, and after today there will only be 8 races remaining, so we are getting ever closer to crowning our second ever Simulated TC champion. In the Drivers' Championship, it is Adrian Tisci that leads the way now by 14 points over Ian Henwood, who sadly did not qualify, and the same is the case for the man in third place, Liam Jones, also failing to qualify for this event. It means that Aston Lewis is the closest driver on points to Adrian Tisci to have qualified for this round in his DS. He's 26 points off the lead though, so he's got a lot of work to do, but there's plenty of others further behind him that also believe they have still got a chance at this championship. Toyota have a 12-point lead in the Manufacturers' Championship, but behind them it is insanely close, with the rest of the field being separated by very small margins. So if Toyota have a bad event, then it is entirely possible that this Manufacturers' Championship could be blown wide open. But now let's head down to the starting grid to see how everyone is lining up ahead of today's race here at Watkins Glen. Starting in 19th position, it is Aston Lewis, the man 4th in the championship. He's on mediums for this race. It's hards for Jackson Turner in the Honda. He lines up in 18th spot. Back to mediums then for Thomas Pierpont on the next Honda on the grid. 2 Hondas near each other on the grid, with the Genesis of Ben Driscoll using softs from 16th place. Ahead of him, it is Dimitri Sotirakis. He's on the hard tyres for race number 1. And then ahead of him, it is 2 drivers on the mediums, Lewis Francis and then Seb Mills in his Peugeot. Ahead of them, it is the championship leader, Adrian Tisci for Toyota. He's doing race 1 on the hard tyres, so just trying to bank a solid result in this first race. It's softs though for Carlo. He's gone in a different direction. He's going speedy early. Ahead of him though, just inside the top 10, Morgan Hitchings in the DS, with Leo Bonnet just ahead of him on medium tyres. Albert Asante, like his Toyota teammate, also on the hard tyres, with Matthew Lilley in the Tesla on medium tyres for race 1. It's also mediums for Charlie Goodrick in the Renault as he looks to try and hold on to a decent position in this race. Scott Sandever on the hard compound tyres on his Genesis. It's softs for Jonathan Mills with his Honda. Elmarie Sala was the highest non-soft runner in third place on the grid on those mediums. And then on the front row, it's all soft tyres. Jordan Fingal in his home event lines up second, but on pole position for race number 1 here at Watkins Glen Raceway. It's the Peugeot of Tyler Davison looking to extend front-wheel drive's dominance over recent races. The drivers are in position then, the lights are coming on and the revs rise as we go racing here, and we're underway for race number 1 at Watkins Glen. It's a flying start from Fingal, who immediately leads us towards turn number 1. Tyler Davison's being swamped there, Sandever and Salo looking either side of him, but it's Jordan Fingal that leads into turn 1. Davison fights back to hold on to that second position out of the first curve. Behind him, Elmarie Salo in third position, Jonathan Mills. Not the best launch immediately off the line, but is fighting back now as they head up the hill for the first time. Scott Sandever trying to stay in this fight though, but on those hard compound tyres, it's going to be a tough battle to try and stick it in there, as now we see a close call there. Jonathan Mills having a look at making the move on Elmarie Salo here. It's softs on Mills' car, mediums on Salo's, so Jonathan Mills should have the advantage as they head towards the bus stop chicane here. The leaders making their way single file, but the battle is on for third position. Can Mills outbreak the BMW? He can. He gets down the inside, but will it be enough? No, not quite. Elmarie Salo, the Finnish driver, holds on to that position for now, but behind that, Sandever racing with Matthew Lilley. Matthew Lilley looking set to take that position on the inside of Sandever, just brushes the edge of the grass there as they then head into the carousel and down into the boot of the circuit. This very iconic Watkins Glen circuit with this small add-on to the lap added, as we now see Jonathan Mills having another little look to the inside of Salo, not quite able to find the space for it though, as behind you can see that's Carlo Durante making some moves here. He's on soft, he started in the 11th position and he is charging up the order already here, up 5 positions and looking to try and make another spot on Matthew Lilley now, as you see another Alfa Romeo on the move. It is Leo Bonnet. He's on the inside of Scott Sandever there, as Bonnet tries to climb his way up the order as well on his medium compound tyres. Trying to get some positions early on here as we see Goodrick, another driver in this fight, as well as the 2 Toyotas there. That's Albert Asante ahead of Adrian Tisci as well, as Ben Driscoll in the Genesis looks down the inside of him. Genesis is battling all over this racetrack at the moment. Sandever just ahead and stays ahead of Charlie Goodrick as they head back on to the original layout of the racetrack and down towards the final couple of corners they go. It is going to be Fingal leading ahead of Davison and Sarlo, but as we look throughout the rest of the field, it is already extremely feisty. We can see now this is side-by-side. Ben Driscoll just going to get around the outside there of Charlie Goodrick. Ben Driscoll, of course, starting on those soft tyres all the way down in 16th position. He's made 7 places already here, and he wants to make it 8 on his teammate. He gets to the inside of Scott Sandever and should get the drive off the corner here with that extra grip with those soft tyres, and he does clear his teammate up into that position as now Jonathan Mills looking to try and take that third position away from Solo. He's looking to the inside of turn number 1. He outbrakes the BMW and he makes that pass. Nice and easily done there. Solo behind now has to look at Carlo Durante, who's going to be on his tail. Also on the soft compound tyres. It's going to be a rear-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive in this fight though. Elmarie Solo in that BMW versus the Alfa Romeo. Two, in theory, relatively similar cars. The two rear-wheel drive cars in the field. And you can see two manufacturers doing battle here. BMW having a bit of a disastrous season with just the one car in the field, and it hasn't had the best of luck when it came to qualifying for events. And you can see here, trying to hold on to this P4, but the Alfa Romeo just looks a little bit faster on those soft tyres. But can he make the pass as they head into the bus stop chicane? It would have to be a very bold move, but Carlo Durante goes to the inside. Sarlo holding on the other side of the racetrack. It's flip-flops as they head through the bus stop chicane, and it's going to be Carlo Durante who will take that position, and into the carousel he takes 4th place away from Elmarie Sarlo. Sarlo into 5th, Lilly into 6th position behind them, just holding on his medium tyres at the moment as Ben Driscoll, his charge continues to be on here. Looking to the inside of Leo Bonnet. One Alfa Romeo making a pass earlier in this lap. Now it looks like the other one could be going in the other direction here as they head down towards the toe of the boot. It is Ben Driscoll looking to the inside, glancing at an opportunity to make this pass up into the very important 7th place here. Every spot is important when you get towards the front end of the field. You have to make each pass as quickly as possible if you want to get up into the fight with the lead drivers here. As we see Charlie Goodrick, another driver, trying to make some passes here. He is on the medium tyres in that Renault. Started in the 6th position, has dropped back 4 spots here, but he's trying to fight on with Scott Sandever here. Mediums versus hards. Sandever with a lack of grip, and the Renault looks like it just has an advantage, and he will take that 9th place away from Sandever. Sandever really have his eyes on Adrian Tisci as one of the main contenders in this championship fight. It's been a rough few events for Scott Sandever, but he started the season off very well indeed, and if he can just string a few good results together here at Watkins Glen, and perhaps next time out as well, maybe he can climb back into this title fight. As we see here, Thomas Pierpont is on the attack there in his Honda, looking at a move on Aston Lewis, not quite able to get it done though, as he is on those medium tyres, so should have a decent amount of grip, but so is Aston Lewis behind them. Jackson Turner in last place at the moment on the hard tyres, but up at the front of the field, Jordan Fingal is beginning to pull away out at the head, as we see Tyler Davison second. He started on the pole, but he is dropping back a bit now. Jonathan Mills in 3rd place, but Carlo Durante is right on his tail. He could have a battle for that podium position now, as we see Ben Driscoll on the back of Matthew Lilly to try and take that 6th position away, as he is now the only soft runner that hasn't cleared all of these non-soft running cars as they head into the bus stop chicane. Or will we be looking at 3 wide into the bus stop chicane? Driscoll looks to the inside, he backs out of it. Matthew Lilly to the inside of Sarlo, he makes the pass there, and Elmarie Sarlo drops back another position in this race, which is not what he would have wanted. As the highest starting non-soft runner, that's his aim, is to finish there. Matthew Lilly has indeed made that pass. There's one Tesla leads. He is making passes as well, as that's Jonathan Mills for 2nd position. That's a bold one on Tyler Davison, and the pole sitter is now down in 3rd place. Will it even be a podium for the Peugeot driver here, as Mills heads in to the toe of the boot once more. Durante looking now at the move on Tyler Davison, but not quite close enough to make it happen just yet. It seems that Peugeot struggling a little bit in race pace here after a very impressive qualifying. The car has been a stronger qualifier in theory, but still, it's race pace. You'd expect a little bit more here than what it is currently showing. Perhaps a mistake from Davison or just Jonathan Mills in that Honda didn't quite get the maximum out of his car over 1 lap in qualifying. Durante behind, trying to get involved now, and it'll be interesting to see if this group of drivers can reel in to the race leader Jordan Fingal here, as we cut back to this battle here between Driscoll, Sarlo and Lilly as they head into the hill of the boot and up towards the main circuit here. It is Lilly still remaining ahead as the highest non-soft runner. Ben Driscoll really needs to clear these 2 drivers if he wants to have any chance at getting into the battle battle for the lead here, and he's looking to the outside as they head back onto the racetrack. You can see a lovely little bit of racing there from Ben Driscoll to carry the momentum around the outside of Elmarie Solo, and now if he can just carry the entry speed, he may well get this move done around the outside of the penultimate corner. It's Ben Driscoll up into position number 6, and now just one place separates him from the top 5, and considering he started all the way down in 16th, a top 5 would certainly be a welcome result for him. As they head down towards turn 1 once again, Matthew Lilley for now holding on in the Tesla, as Tesla look actually quite good here in race pace at Watkins Glen, but those tyres that he has, only mediums, surely cannot provide the grip required to hold off the soft-running Genesis, and indeed that seems to be the case, as on lap 4 of 6 we can see Driscoll looking to try and find a way past the Tesla. He looked to the outside, Lilley covered it off, but now he's going to carry so much more cornering speed, and that will be enough to get him alongside the Tesla. As they head down into the toe of the boot once more, it's going to be Driscoll on the inside. Matthew Lilley will fight the good fight here, but that Genesis will just have the grip to make that pass stick. He is up into 5th place now, but with quite a gap to try and reel in to our lead drivers at the moment, as the top 4 still remain as they were when we last saw them. Can Driscoll reel them in here? As we look back to the front, the answer is no for Driscoll, as we head towards the final corner now for the final time. Jordan Finkel has driven a perfect race, getting the lead off the start, and he has not looked back as he heads out of the final corner for the final time. It's going to be home victory for Jordan Finkel. The American driver in the American car wins race number 1 here at the American Watkins Glen Raceway. Brilliant victory number 2 on the season, and that is a fine way to do it. Jordan Finkel wins race 1 at Watkins Glen. Here we see the official results then for race 1. As we said, Jordan Finkel is the race winner ahead of Jonathan Mills and Tyler Davison, and the front-wheel drive dominance that we saw last time out at Mount Panorama has come to an end. Jordan Finkel in the four-wheel drive Tesla wins race 1 here. Two front-wheel drive cars behind, though, with Carlo Durante in a rear-wheel drive car just behind them in 4th position. Ben Driscoll in 5th, ahead of Matthew Lilley, the highest non-soft runner, then Elmarie Solo and Leo Bonnet there, just rounding out the top 8. Charlie Goodrick in 9th place out of Albert Asante. Seb Mills managed to get up into 11th place in the second of the Peugeots. Scott Sandever in the second of the Genesis just beats Adrian Tishy, gets a point over him, although he's going to need more than just a point each race to go in this season if he wants to try and get into this title fight. Dimitri Sotorakis in 14th place, with Lewis Francis in the Subaru taking the final point on offer from race 1. Just missing out on points in race 1 though, it's Morgan Hitchings, Aston Lewis, Jackson Turner, and in the end Thomas Pierpont on those mediums comes home in last place for Honda. It's very much 2 different ends of the spectrum for Honda in race number 1. I hope you all enjoyed that race then. A nice, calm, but still a feisty start to the event here at Watkins Glen Raceway. Tesla looking very strong in race 1, but it has to be said, lots of our manufacturers made some moves in that race that perhaps you wouldn't always expect. The Toyota of Adrian Tishy only down in 13th place means that, really, this is an event where perhaps that lead in the championship could well come down, despite his closest 2 rivals missing this first race. We'll wait and see then who will be on the grid for race number 2. We expect it to be the same 19, but you never know. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Until next week on Tuesday at the same time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.